We're back with Always Evolving Podcast. I'm here with my friend, fellow board member of Fight Story and UFC fighter, Jared Gordon.
Hi, Mike.
Hey, Jared.
How are you?
Good. I noticed you have a bit of a zinger underneath your eye.
A little scar. Just another scar.
From fighting?
From fighting.
From your last fight?
From my last fight.
Which didn't go as planned?
Unfortunately, a lot of weird things happened that week that did not help my cause.
Yeah.
Say that, yeah. Day before the fight, I got ran over by a car. I don't think that helps anyone for anything, let alone a fight the next day.
And why did you still fight the next day?
That's a really good question. I don't know why. I probably, in retrospect, should have pulled out or at least told my manager, and they could have notified the UFC, and they might have been like, listen, we could push the fight a few weeks, which probably would have been the smart thing. But, you know, I'm a fighter and went through a whole fight camp. I had like 30 people in Texas. I spent like $25,000.
Is that where it was in Texas?
San Antonio.
San Antonio.
I spent like 25 grand on camp. I wanted to fight. I thought I could still win. I almost did.
When you say you spend money on camp, what does that mean?
Coaches, you know, recovery, massage, physical therapy, food, training in general, whatever expenses that come along with a training camp.
Right, because basically the bulk of the money you make right now is in fighting. So if you're not fighting, you're not making the bulk of your money.
Yeah, if I don't fight, I don't get paid.
Right.
So I need to fight. So.
Did you always want to be a fighter?
I mean, as a young kid, no. But as I got older, definitely. When I was like 13, 14, 15, 16, watching UFC, I loved it. And I started training when I was 17. I graduated high school, and then I had my first amateur fight 4 months later. I fought a 27-year-old, and I won. And I felt like I was on top of the world. And that was it. I fell in love with the sport. I went pro when I was 22. I got into UFC when I was 28. I'm 37 now. I just turned 37.
Was your first fight the most nervous that you ever were?
No, I get more nervous now.
Really?
Yeah, it's just, I mean, the stakes are higher.
Competition's tougher.
Competition's tougher. So, I mean, I'm just as nervous now as I was then.
God, have you ever not been nervous in a fight?
I mean, I've had different feelings going into fights. More confident, less confident, more nervous, less nervous, but that's all relative, I think.
Because you're a recovering addict, and you, like me, like a bit of adrenaline. I find though, the feeling of me even going into a jiu-jitsu match, which I've spoken to you before,
it's terrible.
It's terrible. It's fucking terrible. Like, it's terrifying. Like, and I'm doing jiu-jitsu and I'm not even getting punched or kicked.
So when you're fighting in front of 20,000 people, millions on air, your family's in the crowd, your friends are in the crowd, it's, you know, and you can potentially get hurt really badly in front of everyone. And yeah, I mean, but that's why that's also why we do it.
But is it the adrenaline of it all that you love?
I mean, I'm an adrenaline junkie. And I was a drug addict, alcoholic,
right,
sex addict. I couldn't stop gambling. I don't, you know, I get addicted to anything. So, but the feeling of fighting and winning is the best feeling I've ever experienced. So.
Wow. And then when you lose, what is that like?
Worst feeling ever.
Is it?
I mean, yeah, you feel like you failed. You're not progressing in your career. And, you know, you just put in 2-3 months worth of hard fight camp and you didn't get the result that you wanted. Then
yeah, I feel like fighting is similar. You know, I worked a lot with pop stars, and pop music, unless you become a legend, the career is based upon relevance. So the more relevant you are, which is the more hits you have, or the more controversy you have, or
the more famous you get,
the more money you get, the more fame you get. In fighting, when you lose,
same way, yeah, your
relevance you feel like it's knocked down a level, right?
So there are narratives, like there's different reasons people win. And, you know, in MMA, thankfully, all it takes is one moment and you're right back on top. You're right back in the spotlight. Everyone loves you again. So I fought in May. I won by knockout in the first round. I was, oh my God, the best. And then you go, you lose, and now you suck.
Do people send you DMs
Of
about
course.
sucking?
Oh yeah. My wife gets emails, DMs, your husband sucks. Give me the money I lost on him.
Give me the money. Oh, because
Yeah.
you gambled on
Yeah.
it.
Most of them are bettors. They're mad that they lost money, and it's like, you're gambling. So, yeah, I mean, I'm sure every celebrity gets DMs and messages about all sorts of nasty things. And, when you're in the spotlight, there's always going to be people that hate you, no matter what. Winning, losing, they're going to hate you. They're going to give a reason to hate you, why you're a bad person.
Yeah, ever bother you?
I mean, sometimes it gets under my skin, but like, it's not something that like festers
Yeah.
because these people's opinions don't matter to me.
Yeah, especially strangers.
Yeah, like, so it doesn't hold much weight.
Got it. And how much does being a recovering addict and being in recovery, like what principles do you use as a professional fighter?
I mean, just discipline in general, not partying, not acting out, not drinking, not drugging, waking up on time, going to sleep at a good hour, eating correctly. It goes hand in hand. And then, obviously in recovery, you have to hand it over to a higher power. So that higher power plays a part in all of my life, all the principles of my life. So it goes into recovery, it goes into fighting.
Do you pray every day?
I do, yeah.
In the morning, at night?
It could be any time of day.
So it's not like
I'll
a
wake up and forget. I'll pray in the middle of the day, I'll pray at night, I'll pray in the morning, yeah.
Yeah, I know.
I'm always talking to him now.
And how long have you had a connection with a higher power?
It's been almost 10 years, basically.
Did something happen that...
So, I mean, recovery is what led me to believing in a higher power. Like, I kept getting told that I need to hand it over, give up your will. And anytime I try to get sober on my own, it never worked. As soon as I took some suggestions and handed it over, quote unquote, I got sober, and I've been sober ever since. Almost in December will be 10 years.
So when you say handing over, is there like specifically, what was it, because you were so desperate to have a better life that you feel like you were more willing to?
Definitely. Yeah, I was sick. First of all, sick and tired of doing what I was doing.
Right.
The drug, waking up every day, trying to find a fix, money, trying to juggle that, all the drug, trade and environment, being around drug dealers and addicts and...
What was your drug of choice?
Heroin and cocaine. IV heroin and cocaine. I shot crack, I shot meth, I shot MDMA, ketamine, shot every drug, basically, that you could shoot, I've shot. But cocaine and heroin was my DOC, for sure.
Got it. And how many treatment centers did you go through?
So I've been to like 12 or 13 rehabs, multiple detoxes, crisis centers, homeless shelters, psych wards, hospital visits, overdoses.
So any of those
jail.
Any of those experiences, was there like a higher power, or no? Was it like this last time was significant?
There was times where I was like, wow, I'm still alive. I can't believe it. I mean, I think this last time is when it really was like, all right. So I overdosed on Christmas Eve, ended up in detox, and I was like, I can't do it anymore. And I just was like, all right, let me see if this works. And I was like, I started praying. I didn't know how prayer worked. God, I remember saying, I don't know how this works. I don't know how to do this, but here I am. Do with me as you will. And I took suggestions from other people. Go to meetings, get a sponsor, which I did. I was literally on the phone with my first sponsor yesterday, Tommy. Comes to all my fights. Still a big part of my life. And he was like, listen, do this, this, and this. It's what worked for me. These guys, sober 30 years. Okay. And it worked. And it works.
Yeah, it works if you work it.
Yep. You just got to put the work in, have faith, and
so like when you're in fight camp, do you still make meetings and everything?
Yeah. I still go to meetings. I spoke at a meeting yesterday afternoon. I spoke at an AA meeting.
We went to a terrible one.
Oh, yeah?
Me and you.
Oh, that was funny. Yeah. But meetings are meetings, man. They're good, bro. You find what you need in them.
Yeah.
Take what you don't need. Take what you don't want.
So what do you think was were your parents pretty baffled that you wanted to pursue fighting or no?
I think at first, my mom's father was a boxer, was a professional boxer. So for her, it was kind of like normal, I guess. My dad was like, maybe you could do something a little more stable,
Yeah.
I did get accepted to, funny enough, I was going to be a pharmacist. I got accepted to
That would've been
Long Island. I got accepted to Long Island University, and at the time, I was addicted to painkillers and other pills. So it would have been funny to become a pharmacist. But at the same time, I was fighting, and I just had a few amateur fights, and my dad was like, "Listen, you're either going to go to school because I'm paying for you to go to private school. It's like 40 grand a year." He's like, "Or you pursue fighting. You can't do both." So I was like, "All right, I'm going to fight." And I remember him like rolling his eyes.
Really?
Like, all right.
But his dad was a
Yeah.
fighter.
No, my
My
mom's
mom.
father.
Got it.
But it worked out, and yeah. So school wasn't for me.
So if somebody was trying to be a UFC fighter today and say they're like a 17-year-old, what advice would you give them?
Stay consistent. Work on what you're not good at. Find good coaches. Find a good team.
How do you know if
The
you're
work-
good coaches or a good team? Like when you're young,
That takes a while.
does, right?
It takes a while to start understanding the sport, seeing how other people teach, visiting other gyms and other coaches, and then, so I've been fighting for almost, 20 years now.
Wow.
Started when I was 17, I'm 37.
Wow.
So over 20 years, you realize, like, all right, this guy sucks, this guy's good, this guy works for me. It's also like, so certain coaches that I have, so the guys that have been cornering me these last few fights, I've known for 20 years almost.
Right.
My jiu-jitsu coach, Steve, I've known him since he was my first jiu-jitsu coach.
So what would you look for in terms of someone having like a bad coach or a bad team? Like what, because there's got to be some trends or patterns.
I mean, dude, that could be, I think it's really just based on how they teach. And if you're learning, if you're progressing, then it's working. But how they break down moves and, if you're fighting, then you got to break down opponents. And it's also like a vibe. Like if you have a good vibe and chemistry with someone and it works, then it works. Like you could be backstage with someone or at a competition for you, like jiu-jitsu competition. If you feel comfortable with your coach being there and you've won in the past, you've done well in the past, and it's probably good chemistry. It's working.
I think I'm going to do a competition next month in Fort Lauderdale.
It's trial and error too,
Yeah.
What works, what doesn't work, what I shouldn't do, what I shouldn't do. There were certain things this camp. So I need shoulder surgery. I've needed shoulder surgery since February. And like in retrospect, looking back at it, I'm like, maybe I shouldn't have fought this fight when I know I needed shoulder
And if
surgery.
you won, you would have been like, it was,
Yeah, of course, but I didn't. So there's certain, you got to learn.
Yeah.
You get hit by a car the day before, maybe you shouldn't fight the next day.
right.
Things I learned in the process, like I still fought. It didn't
Do you
work
go
out.
through a process of, because there's stressors, like when, let's say you have because when you win, there's just momentum. And when you lose, there's got to be like, okay, I had family here.
Yeah,
I
there's things.
disappoint myself, my
Sure.
coaches. Oh, I disappoint this
Yeah, I
person.
shouldn't have done this, or disappoint them, you said?
Yeah, like you go through this like level of all these like
Yeah.
categories.
Yeah, I mean, you look through it all. You do like an inventory, right?
Right.
Like what happened this camp? What did I do wrong? What didn't I focus on? I didn't listen to this guy. I didn't listen to that guy. I should have done this. So yeah, you go through it all and you try to get better.
What's the experience like of when you get knocked out? Like, are you literally just,
You don't even know.
you didn't even know what
You're
happened?
just like, what the fuck?
Really?
Yeah, and that's it. And then you're fine, basically. I mean, you might have some symptoms, but some pain, and but it's really not a big deal.
Yeah.
Have you ever been choked out unconscious?
Yeah.
It's kind of similar. You just go out and you're like, what the fuck? And then you wake up
Yeah,
and
it's really weird.
you feel fine.
You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of back when I did a lot of nitrous oxide.
Yeah, and
Or
you're
like
like,
you did too
come
much
to and you're
and
like, what the fuck?
efficient.
Yeah. It's almost like overdosing.
Yeah.
Same thing. You come out, you're like, what happened?
What happened? You just
And
get,
you're like, all right, I feel okay. You know, you go through the protocols, doctors, this, that. So I got an MRI, my brain scan was fine. I had a neuro evaluation with the UFC. I passed. I saw an ENT specialist after this last fight because I was having double vision, but I have a plate in my face and the muscles were inflamed. So
what do you have a plate from?
I broke my orbital floor and my medial wall on both my eyes. So I have a plate here and I have a plate here from past fights. I saw ENT, said I saw ophthalmologist, my eyes are fine, brain's fine, saw a neuro. So, I mean, I've done the protocols and I feel good. I feel fine. So
So
move on to the
wild.
next. Yeah.
So you literally have plates throughout your eyes and
I have so I broke my medial wall and orbital floor in this one, my right eye. So I have a plate like this, and I have a orbital floor plate on this side.
wow.
Two titanium plates.
Is it painful?
Right now?
Like, yeah.
No.
No, not at all.
I don't feel anything.
Really?
When it happened, it was terrible.
The pain.
Oh yeah, it was absolutely horrible. This one was really bad. My right one. I was in the hospital for a week in the head trauma unit.
And that was from a fight.
Yeah, I fought in Atlantic City. And between the rounds, they stopped the fight because my eye was so swollen. And they're like, yeah, I got a CAT scan. They thought I lost my eye, actually, because the nerve of the eye was sitting between the fractures. And normally when that happens, it, punctures the eye or, cuts the nerves and you could lose, partial vision or full vision. Luckily, somehow, by the grace of God, my eye was fine. The doctor was like, we think you're blind. When they first took the CAT scan, they were like, we think you might have lost your eye. You'll never fight again.
Wow.
And I was like, so that night I was 9-0 as a pro. I was winning on all the judges' scorecards, but they stopped the fight between the rounds because my eye was so bad. I was supposed to get a UFC contract that night. This was 2015. I go to the hospital. They're like, we think you lost your eye. You're probably never going to fight again. And I'm like, but I have to go. I'm supposed to go to the UFC. And the doctors just like shook they were like, no, sorry. And then they were like, we're going to have to give you a shot of morphine. And I was sober at the time, 1.5 years. And my parents were like, he's a recovering heroin addict. And they were like, listen, the surgery that he's about to have and the pain that he's in, we have to give him pain meds, to control the pain levels and let his the muscles in his face relax. We need everything to calm down so we can go in there and do surgery. So they're like, all right, give it to him. And I remember they gave me that shot of morphine and I knew right then and there I was fucked.
Really?
Yeah. And then I relapsed right after that. Yeah.
No shit, just off that one hit of morphine.
Well, I was in the hospital for a week or 4 or 5
So you were just getting doped
and they're
up.
giving me Dilaudid and morphine the whole
Right.
time I'm there. I had a major surgery the following Monday. That was Saturday night. So I woke up Sunday. I couldn't believe the amount of pain I was in. And they're shooting me up. So after 4 or 5 days of getting doped up, having major surgery, coming home, recovering, they gave me a script of oxys.
Oh no.
I remember there were 5 milligrams, but they were instant release. And they gave me like
Ooh.
30 of them.
Ooh.
So you take them, you feel it.
Right.
And I actually just stayed at home for like 6 weeks. I didn't do anything because my eye was all messed up. And then I remember it was like the middle of summer and I was like, my parents went upstate to their summer house. I was at home alone. It was like 98 degrees in Queens, New York. And I remember sitting on the couch in the living room and I was like, I'm going to get high. And I was shooting dope that night.
Wow.
And then that's what led me to my last run, 6 months of insane.
Because you had 1.5 years and then you went out for 6 months.
Yeah, and I was supposed to go to the UFC, all this craziness. You're never fighting again, your eye. Who knew? I didn't know what was going to happen with my eye. Like the long-term like recovery and effects. And I was like, fuck it, I'm going to get high. And I shot coke and heroin for 6 months straight. Ended up overdosing Christmas Eve. And then I got sober. But that led me to the most insane
That's a good
run of my
sobriety
life.
date, Christmas Eve.
Well, it's December 27th. Because I woke up in the hospital on the 26th of
But it's like it's
December.
full of celebrations.
Yeah. I woke up in the hospital super dope sick.
Yeah.
I left the hospital, got high. went to detox on the 26th, so my sober date's the 27th.
Isn't it crazy that we like, so for example, let's say you had a year and a half sobriety, you even gave warning to the medical professionals, and I find the medical professionals, so few are trained in addiction. They have no idea.
Well, I think like I had to have emergency surgery.
Yeah, but I'm saying there should be like a recovery protocol, because otherwise you're just setting up the hours.
That was like how much pain I was in though, and I think like there's no stopping the pain that I was in.
Yeah.
Multiple fractures in my. I had a broken nose, broken medial wall, broken orbital floor, and it felt like I had an anvil sitting on my eyeball. My eye was so swollen. My eyeball itself was like coming out of my head.
Oh.
Like red, like swollen. Looked like my eye was like filled with blood.
Did you contemplate quitting the sport?
No, it never ran through my head.
You've been around a long time, so like some fighters, I imagine something like that happens and they quit.
They quit. I had a friend of mine who was like a 40-time Muay Thai champion, like had like 40, 50 pro fights. Was like, if that happened to me, I would have quit. And I was like, oh, never ran through my head.
Really?
Yeah. I just wanted to fight. And I knew I could be in the UFC. And then I eventually got in. A year after getting sober, I got signed to UFC.
Wow.
And then I've been in the UFC ever since.
Yeah.
It's been a crazy fucking road, but
it is crazy.
Yeah. My career has been nuts. So.
What do you eventually see yourself doing once the fighting stops?
Helping mental health, people that suffer from mental health issues, addiction, obviously.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would like to own a treatment center, treat people the way I feel like they should be treated. I want to use martial arts, working out, recovery, cold plunges, saunas, different modalities to help treat people, give them purpose, teach them martial arts. So I want to do that. Who knows? What else?
Yeah, mental health doesn't seem to be a big part of the fight world yet.
Well, we're trying.
But I'm just saying it doesn't seem like
taboo almost. It's like there's
this idea of like just be resilient and pick yourself up.
Macho.
Like even our jiu-jitsu club, the mantra is always ready.
Yeah.
Right? Like
always, I'm rarely ready. I'm rarely ready.
Right.
Yeah.
But like
I know.
Why do you think like mental health is not significant in a sport that probably needs it more than any other sport? Because it's
like a tough macho thing. Like, you're a man, get up. Who cares if you're in pain? Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Go train. Go be the best. It's just part of it. So, men don't want to talk about their issues and their problems and what they've dealt with in the past and trauma, and so
like if somebody goes through a fight camp, typically no one sits down with them and talks about like, what are your fears? What's making you anxious?
Rarely, unless you get like a sports psychologist.
Right.
Which a lot of people don't do because of money, resources, just availability.
Yeah.
A lot of these kids come from different countries. None of that's available. You got kids that are from all over the world: Russia, Chechnya, Dagestan, Brazil, South America. A lot of these resources aren't available in those countries, or it could be like you're. What do you mean?
How many of the top fighters have like a psychologist?
I would imagine a few of them.
Yeah,
definitely. I at least see like a sports psychologist, maybe not a therapist.
Like, did you work with Daria on your last fight?
I did not.
What was?
It's just I worked with her for a few camps. It's just a lot. I have a daughter. There's so much time that goes into fighting. Like, just, sometimes you just feel overwhelmed, like with so much to do, so many meetings. My schedule's filled with Zooms and meetings, and I got to meet this person. I got to do recovery. I got to go to therapy, physical therapy. This, that.
Do you think it's helpful though?
100%. 100%. Daria helped me a lot, and I use a lot of the tools she gave me. I still use them in these recent fight camps. And I still talk to her.
Yeah, no, I know, but it's interesting that that element went away, which is mental health.
I know.
Right? Which
I don't know.
We're both passionate. No, I'm the same way.
Yeah.
Like, I just started doing therapy again. I had a session yesterday, and it's interesting because like I own treatment centers, I work in mental health, and like some of the most basic things like get up in the morning and meditate or pray, stuff that's free, or go see a therapist and work through whatever is like causing me anxiety in my life. It
You don't
it
do it.
still ends up going not on the top
Yeah.
priority list. And whenever I make it the top priority, my life's first class.
Yeah.
Everything's easier. But for some reason, our egos or our minds don't
Yeah.
put the
We don't
very
want to do
thing.
this, like the hard stuff, I guess. Because
But it's really not.
but you know what I mean. Like,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
gotta,
yeah,
like talk. You gotta carve the time out.
yeah.
It's like you don't want to. You just want to go do what you want to do, which is train or, for me, like when I wake up in the morning, I'm like, I want to work out.
Right.
That's like always on my, and like, my wife's always like, you have to work out today. I'm like, yeah,
But she works out a lot too.
yeah. But like, it's just like, there's certain things in my life that I just want to do and I make it a priority, and other things like therapy or I'm like,
Yeah,
I'll do it later.
how do you think we go about, so with Fight Story and the charity we're involved with Angela and creating the fight kit, do you think once we create this fight kit, which is geared towards helping people with their mental health and all the stuff around fighting, do you think that fighters will take to it?
I think some will, yeah.
So
I think it'll be hard I think some cultures, different, there's different people, like people have so many different thought processes. I think some people will take to it and some people won't. I know it might be hard, but it's part of it, right?
yeah. Yeah, I think it would be cool at some point. I was just thinking as I'm talking to you that like, because you have like coaches here and even like a little group, I'd love to do like a free talk on helping people create like the best version of themselves as fighters. I did it once at a jiu-jitsu camp for Cobrinha. It was pretty cool actually. Just so I can get it like, huh?
Did you?
They ate it up. I liked it more than speaking to corporations.
Right.
Like I felt like it was more raw in the sense that these people didn't have access to the things that a lot of people who work in corporate America have. Like a lot of those people have a therapist, they do mental health, they have coaches, whereas the mental health of fighters, like,
is lacking.
Hugely lacking.
Yeah.
It was difficult because I had Koreans there who didn't speak English. So I had like my Korean book, I had Brazilians, I had Americans, but maybe we like collaborate on something for like mental health. It could be here, it could be somewhere else, but that would be kind of cool. I know that you're like super passionate about recovery, like, and I know that I called you last week because I'm like, oh, maybe you can do a sober companion gig for me, which I think that's like short term because it's such a tough job. It's like you're with someone, people who need someone with them 24/7.
It's gotta be tough, yeah.
Is a certain type of personality. Because think about it, like you need someone with you 24/7 so you don't get high or you fall off or get a self-destructive behavior. But like you're the most outspoken, vocal, like, taking action UFC fighter that's passionate about mental health. That's why I reached out to you initially.
Yeah.
Was because I was like, oh, he's a recovering addict. He talks about mental health. He talks about recovery. He talks about what he does. He loves giving back. He's experienced the gift of how contagious it is when we get to help other people improve their lives. It's like the best feeling ever.
Yeah.
And I think that it's incredible that you've used your platform to talk about mental health, talk about addiction, talk about your story. And I just wonder kind of like, what is that next step for you,
I don't know. I'm waiting to see. It looks like, I only have probably 3 years left of fighting, if that, I'm 37. But yeah, I'm looking to transition, do like stuff that you do.
in the recovery world.
Yeah, for sure.
Do you feel better when you speak or when you help another person, like one-on-one?
Both. They're both good.
Do you have like a keynote talk?
No,
No?
I just wing it.
You just wing it?
Yeah, like tomorrow I have to speak at Marlins Stadium. I'm just gonna wing it. I'm not even gonna think about it
Why?
because like I think it's better that way.
Really?
Yeah, I feel like they feel it more, you know?
Really?
I mean, maybe I should think about something. I'll probably think about it.
I just
Something.
think like if for people who are, I'm not one of these people who, like I told you, I don't love speaking in general,
Yeah,
right? But I had a speaking coach, and I find that it's an art form. So
oh,
it's
for sure.
similar to like preparing for a fight or preparing,
Yeah.
the more you prepare even a little bit, the better we become because um I too have like winged it, and sometimes it's like when the stakes are very low, it doesn't matter. But sometimes it's cool because if we prep ourselves, we can go into it the next day with like a new story,
Yeah,
new outlook, a new piece of wisdom, a new delivery.
yeah, I'm sure you're right. It's just the way I've done it. I don't know. I feel like when I'm raw, people feel it more. But if I was going to be in a professional setting like I am tomorrow, I should probably have a little bit of a
Just a little bit.
backup, little backup.
Like, what are you going to talk about?
I don't know.
You have no idea. They didn't even tell you. Oh, it's like a Q&A?
I think it's a Q&A. It's like a
That's
panel.
easy.
So I'm just going to be like, this is what worked for me.
Yeah, and it's all about recovery.
Yeah, basically. I'm sure they're going to talk about being a professional athlete because there are other athletes there. We're at Marlins Stadium. So I'm sure they'll talk about being an athlete, and hopefully there's some cool people there and hear my story.
He says like 1,500 people. It's a
Yeah,
lot of-
apparently they sold like 1,500 tickets. Yeah,
it's amazing.
pretty cool. Yeah.
So, what's next for you?
I have to have surgery next week. Recover from that. It's only 6 to 8 week recovery, so it'll be fast. And then that's it. Get back in the saddle. Get back to training. I'm always training, whether it's cardio or whatever. Drilling. I drilled yesterday. Yeah, I did just yesterday. I'm gonna do jiu-jitsu Monday before surgery. Just get back on the horse.
How do you how do you, because you have injuries and you're still training, right?
Yeah.
Is it that you're training and you're having surgery coming up? So like when you do jiu-jitsu yesterday, is that just so you can move your body and sweat, or does it really have to do with improving?
Oh, I'm trying to, yeah, we drilled for like 30 minutes and then we rolled. So I learned and then we rolled. So it's for both. Because I love moving and rolling and I want to train. And then I learn.
So when you have surgery this time, you won't be on morphine.
Well, I'm sure they're going to give me something for surgery,
Right.
but I'm not going to be in the hospital for a week getting dilaudid in morphine.
Yeah.
Just
No free highs.
no free highs this time, no. And, I'll ask them to write me a script, but for only like 2 or 4 pills, for when I go home that night, and then for the next day, and then that's it. Normally they'll write you a script for like a week after surgery, or 5 days, whatever it is. I don't need a script that big. There's no reason for me to be taking painkillers for a week straight.
No. Would you ever want to coach after this or not really?
I like teaching people that want to learn, and if they're professional fighters. I'll corner guys, I'll help guys, but I don't want to be a coach.
Why is that?
Because there's, you want the real reason?
Yeah.
There's no money in it.
Oh, really?
Unless you own a gym like this. Not what I want to do anyways.
Right.
I want to have a family, and I want to live nicely and do nice things. So, I'd rather do something that will make me more of an
Make
income.
more money.
Yeah,
Does your wife work?
she does.
What does she do?
She owns a gymnastics music company. She choreographs and customizes music for floor routines. She owns a Ninja Warrior gym, like American Ninja Warrior, here in Boca.
Yeah, you did it a few years ago.
I was on the show. She was on the show 4 times. And she is a landlord also.
Oh, she's got a lot going on. How old's your baby?
8 months.
Wow.
There's a lot, bro. This morning was hectic getting here.
Really?
Get the diaper bag together, diapers, food. She needs a birth cloth. She needs a bib. She needs her pacifier. She needs this. fill my water up for me. Jared, go turn the car on. Jared, it's like, so I'm like running around while trying to get ready myself. My wife's pumping milk, because she's breastfeeding. She's trying to, for the woman that's going to watch the baby, so she can give her a bottle. And, she's like trying to do her hair and her makeup at the same time. She's got like a pump on her chest. She's running around. The baby's screaming. It's crazy. We got a dog. I have to walk him, feed him. It's a lot, man. But it's fun.
Yeah.
It's fun, but it's also a pain in the ass sometimes.
Well, you're probably sleeping not that much, right?
No, I've been sleeping. My wife wakes up.
So your wife wakes up.
So like I would do like the in the beginning of the night, the baby starts crying. I'll get her. I'll bring her in the room. I'll put her back in her crib. And then like if she wakes up at 3 or early in the morning, Christina wakes up and deals with her.
Are you going to have more kids? Do you want more kids?
I would like to have one more in a year from now.
Yeah.
Give my wife some time, let the baby get a little older, and then hopefully get a boy and be done. Girl and a boy, finished.
Yeah.
If I have another girl, maybe I'll try one more time for a boy, but with my luck, I'll end up with 3 girls. It'll be me and 4 women,
Yeah. Well, we're going to do an event here in November. So thanks for opening up the gym for us that you train. Hopefully we can make a big splash. And I appreciate you. I always love connecting with you. And thanks for coming on the podcast.
Of course. Thanks for having me.
Yeah.